Hello, everyone, and welcome to my beautiful collection. I love it so much still. Welcome to the Freak Show. I am so glad to have everybody here tonight. Tonight, we are going to talk about Black Mirror, episode 1, titled Common People. And when we were talking about Black Mirror before, about how you guys should absolutely take a look at the episodes, I absolutely forgot how great episode 1 was. And of course, Cookie says, hello, welcome to the stream, Cooksy. Okay, let's just take a few comments. Hello, Blaze. So great to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Blaze says, my top 5 episodes are Common People, Nosedive, Archangel, Rachel, Jack, and Ashley too. And yes, Rachel, Jack, and Ashley. Yes, and Hang the DJ. Okay. Erica, hello from New York. Erica, you are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, this episode is it's so creepy and so realistic. What would you do for the ones you love? How far would you go to save them? And how much is their life worth? So this episode follows 2 common people, Mike and Amanda. Mike is played by Chris O'Dowd and Amanda is Rashida Jones. I do love Rashida. She is a great actress, and I meant to look it up before I came onto the live stream, but I have seen Chris O'Dowd before, and I believe he was also in another Black Mirror episode. But they, as a couple, have been married for 3 years, and they're trying to have a baby, and so far it's been pretty unsuccessful. Amanda is an elementary school teacher, and we do see that she's a wonderful teacher. Her student, Eva, I apologize, guys. Before I actually get into this is spoiler warning. If you guys haven't watched the first episode of Black Mirror season 1, which is titled Common People, don't watch this stream. I'm so sorry, I forgot to write in. Give a spoiler. But we see that Amanda is a wonderful teacher. Her student, Eva, she's been teased about having these really old shoes. And Amanda's so great. She's like, your shoes aren't old. They're vintage and they're cool. And that makes Eva feel so much better. So we can see how much she cares about her students and how great of a teacher she is, because I thought it was really funny how she's teaching the students in her class about the digital bees from the previous episode in a season called Hated in the Nation. I think that was the 3rd season. But she's explaining those digital bees to her class. And this isn't the only reach back to previous episodes, because it's now their 3-year anniversary. And Mike takes his wife, Amanda, to the Juniper, it's a little resort. I guess it's like a little hotel or something in the country, but he takes her there for their 3rd wedding anniversary. And while they're there, Amanda gets a headache and he's like, oh, another one? And okay, so we understand that those headaches are important. So when they get back home after their trip, Amanda gets her period. So they're hoping for a happy accident to have a baby. But she did get her period and she's feeling very blue because she did buy a crib. And so she kind of feels pretty silly about it. But Mike insists that they're going to get pregnant. All their dreams are going to work out. Okay. At work, Mike finds his coworker. He's watching people online make money on the internet, and they're doing some sick shit. And obviously, that's a lot of foreshadowing. And at the school, Amanda faints while she's at work and is sent to the hospital. And Amanda is basically in a coma. They found a tumor in her brain, and they don't know if she'll ever wake up because they can't take out the tumor. So Amanda's in the coma, and the doctor refers Mike to this woman named Grainer from Rivermind. Rivermind is a brand new company. What they do is they take an imprint of the affected area. So for Amanda, it's the affected area that's in her brain. They make a backup of it, clone it, and then they remove that tumor and replace it with synthetic receiver tissue. And the backup that part of her brain is sent to the receiver at the company, and Amanda will still be living her regular life. So Gaynor really does great to sell this. She says that she had the procedure when she had a head injury about 1.5 years ago, and she's had a regular life, and Amanda will too. So the only side effects is that Amanda's going to sleep a little bit more. and she can't leave her coverage area. It's like this whole thing is like a cell phone coverage, so to speak, but she just can't leave her area. Now, the surgery is for free, but the monthly subscription to the actual company is $300 a month. So, since the surgery is free, which is the most expensive thing, and keeping his wife alive is literally just $300 a month, which to most people is like a car payment, or it's like two bills put together, or it's your electric bill. So, I mean, it's very difficult for people to find that money, any extra, and they're, especially if they work paycheck to paycheck, like common people do. I mean, it's insane of how they really touched deep on this, in my opinion. So Mike agrees to the procedure because, of course, 300 for him right now to have his wife back, he's going to go for it. Now, she has the surgery. Mike agrees to the procedure. Okay. And Amanda is back up and running, so to speak. And they rejoice. They have a wonderful reunion. Amanda is very happy to be alive, but when she is explained about Rivermind, she's very amazed at the $300 a month and is very concerned about how they're going to pay for it. And Mike says that he is taking extra shifts at work. And so he's going to make sure that they can afford it. So throughout the months afterwards, Mike is literally killing himself at work to pay for this subscription to Rivermind. But it's all worth it because another year has passed and it's their anniversary again. And Mike is taking him back to the Juniper. However, once they cross the county line, Amanda literally goes down. She passes out. Mike is totally scared. He tries to rush her to the hospital. So when he turns around and they're back in their county line, in their coverage area, Amanda wakes up and she's just fine. So it scares them. They go to Rivermind and they find out that the reason why that happened is that their plan doesn't cover the outside area of their coverage area. And it's like, basically cell phone towers. Now Rivermind has upgraded their towers and has new service, which they have labeled Rivermind Plus, with extended coverage, which is $500 a month, plus the $300 that they already pay on the other plan, which makes it a total of $800 a month. And they can't afford it. So Amanda notices too that she's sleeping longer and that she starts saying strange things, like she's recommending coffee to her husband and, she doesn't remember doing it. And at work, basically, Amanda has become a walking advert, recommending honey nuts to the students. And her student Oscar is very upset because his dad is abusive. So the mom is going to take the kid and they're going to leave their dad. He's very upset about it. But she tells Oscar, she breaks into her advert, that families shouldn't break up. They should visit Christ.com. And yeah, it's really getting bad. So Mike and Amanda are getting freaky that night, and Amanda just cannot stop just spewing condom adverts and all this stuff. And Mike is understandably freaked out. And so he takes Amanda back to Rivermind. And Galen tells them that the adverts are normal. They're in a test phase and are meant to, the adverts will come up matching the conversation. So it's going to be easier to slide them in. Like when she was talking about honey with the bees in her classroom, that's when it slid into honey nut oats or something like that. So Amanda tells Eva, oh, wait. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So to stop the adverts, they must subscribe now to Rivermind Plus, which is the $800 a month. And they don't do it at first. They don't have the money. And that's when Amanda is at school and she tells Eva to buy new sneakers through her adverts when she sees them. I mean, she's turning into a terrible teacher now and the kids don't like her. And telling Oscar about Christ.com got Amanda in so much hot water with the school. Amanda has to fess up to the adverts when she tells her boss about dating for seniors, when she goes into an advert about it. So basically, Amanda's going to be fired if she can't stop the adverts. And Amanda cannot lose her job. So Mike upgrades to Rivermind Plus after he gets on this internet website called Dumb Dummies, and that's the site where people do the awful shit for money. He dons on a black rabbit mask and just like goes at what, he makes money at whatever people want him to do, like drink his urine, drink, dish soap and all that stuff. So, and at this point, all Amanda is doing is just spewing adverts. Nothing else. She can't even hold a regular conversation, and it's driving him nuts. So to pay for the Rivermind Plus, Mike keeps doing all that shit on the internet for money, and it seems like there's just some things he won't do, like take off the mask and like, take out his teeth. But his payment with Rivermind, is soon coming late, and he even can't afford that one. And she's still spewing adverts. And soon that line that Mike has set for itself, that boundary, is about to be crossed. Now, Amanda is now sleeping 12 hours a day, almost useless to Mike, and can't contribute really anything financially. So they go back to Rivermind to find out about the sleep. And Amanda also says that when she sleeps, she doesn't feel better afterwards. She doesn't feel rested. She doesn't dream. And matter of fact, she feels even more tired after she's been asleep. So basically, Galen explains that the company is using her brain to power their server, hence why she's sleeping so much and feeling awful afterwards. But now there's a new package. Plus is now the standard, which is what they've actually been on now. Due to him doing all that stupid shit, they can actually pay for the Rivermind Plus. So Plus is now the new standard, the new common with them. Rivermind Lux is the new package where the person can control their talents, sensations, flavors. Everything is better. You're in charge of it all. There's an app, and you can even do skills that are harnessed from other users for just a mere $1,000 a month. Excuse me. And rightfully so, Mike and Amanda are pissed. So they can't afford it. But that's when Galen mentions that they do have like temporary booster packs that they can purchase. Okay. So Mike goes back to the internet, and he's paid $500 for taking off his mask. And he's paid even more for using a finger love glove. And I'll just leave it to your imagination there. And it all pays off, all that horrible shit on the internet, because it's anniversary time and they can go actually now to the Juniper. Her coverage is great. And Mike buys Amanda a booster pack of Rivermind Lux for the night. So she's on Plus, and he buys her a night of Rivermind Lux. And she has the best time changing the taste, ecstasy, pleasure, and all the sensations. She is literally tripping balls and has an amazing night with Mike. But the next day, it's back to sleeping and not feeling good. But when Mike gets back to work after his anniversary, there's a picture of him with the glove, and his face is in plain sight on the bulletin board. Oh my God, I felt so terrible for him. He goes nuts because he knows who did it. It was the same employee that showed him it before. And they fight, and the guy is pushed down. And that's when like a backhoe or something like that rolls over him. And sadly, this gets Mike fired. That I don't know what happened to the guy that posted his picture and that got rolled over. He was alive, but he could have died. I don't know. So now Amanda and Mike are so scared because now that Mike has been fired, they cannot even pay for Rivermind Plus. And they decide to go to the company and plead their case, which it does not work. They have no fucks to spare. Plus is basically now the standard. And there's no choice but to use the baby money that they have saved to pay for to even keep them going on Rivermind Plus, which is now the standard. And that still gets her adverts. Now, however, if Amanda gets pregnant, because they mentioned that they're trying, that's going to be extra, like $90 a month. And Mike rightfully loses it. And I got to say, one of my favorite parts was how Galen took her Lux and upped her meditation when they left. She was like, oh. Now they literally have no money, and Mike has to sell the crib that they bought for their baby to people who are actually going to set it on fire for a music video. And that is literally what has happened to Mike's dreams and hopes. They have gone up in flames and he knows it. Amanda looks so awful. She's lost a lot of hair. She's pale. It looks like she's lost a lot of weight. So it's their anniversary again. And Mike bought her 30 minutes of Rivermind Lux. And at this point, though, again, they have no money or anything like that. They can't go to the Juniper and they can't even pay bills. So Amanda knows what he's doing online in order to pay for stuff. And she's very upset about it, but he's like, you deserve it. So he slides her serenity up to the max and she tells him that it's time and he reluctantly agrees. And we know that means he's going to kill her. So he takes her into the bedroom. The Lux has started to wear over. Amanda is just advert left and right. And Mike smothers her sadly with a pillow. Can't say I blame him. I mean, I feel so bad for him and them. Him and Amanda having to make that choice because she was like, it's time. I want to go. Just wait. Sorry, I had to move a plug out of the way for Cookie. Just wait until I'm gone. And that meant when she was off of the Lux and not herself anymore and was just going back to the adverts. So I can't say I blame him. If the only thing my husband did when he was awake is spew adverts, I don't know what I would do, but that's terrible. That was horrible. And the episode basically ended with Mike shutting the door or going back into the room with a box cutter. I thought it was a gun, but it was actually a box cutter. So I don't know if he was going to end his own future or if he was going there to take care of the body. I don't know. I guess it's just left up for us to interpret. So let me know what you thought about that in the comments. But I was so upset because this episode was so real. So real. What would you do for the person that you loved? And how far would you go for them? How much is their life worth to you? And when I was sick with the arsenic, I remember how costly it was for the medications, the hospital visits, the doctor trips, and the therapies and the experimental drugs. I mean, it was awful. Oh, Mackenzie, hello. Thank you so much for being here. We are absolutely talking about Black Mirror episode 1 called Common People. So if you haven't watched it, you might want to switch out. But if you have, stay right here. And then afterwards, when I started getting better and I realized, there's no price on a human life. Nothing is worth a human life because that is literally priceless. So seeing this episode and how priceless Amanda was to Mike and to everybody, but yet this episode managed to put a cost on it. It was so creepy. And especially the analogies about how we have subscription services, how you just get regular Hulu to Hulu Plus and just, oh my goodness, it was insane. It really hit me in the feels with this episode. And I really want to know what you guys think about this as well. So, Blaze says, the way the ads played made me feel uneasy. Yes, especially at the beginning, because when she was just looking out the window and just started talking about coffee, and the way she did it was coffee, a good way to start up to your day. Buy some espresso now. It was her voice for me, because I know when I'm trying to be professional or trying to have that voice when it comes to commercial, yeah, you could just hear that. And the way she would say it, yes, was just so uneasy and working into the conversation, especially when they were trying to have horizontal love time. It was just crazy. Blaze says, I like the message of this episode, like power hungry companies who just want your money or just a slightly better version. Right. And that's the thing. You think something is too good to be true. I mean, Galen sold Mike on this, that there would only be $300 a month and the surgery is going to be for free. He didn't think there would be anything else added. And that's also the same to a lot of people when they start a subscription service. I know a lot of us, when we start something, like Amazon Prime. I know when I started Amazon Prime, there's certain movies and things that I get, but I have to pay extra costs if I want other movies that they just don't have on there, or if they're brand new movies or something like that. There's always a bump up. You always have to upgrade if you want the best. And yeah, it's just upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. And so many times Amanda and Mike went back to Rivermind to find out what's going on. And it was always upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. And he never knew that any of that would happen at the beginning. It just was too good to be true with that $300 a month and the free surgery. He's like, okay, $300 a month to keep my wife alive? Yes, I think so. So in his mind, absolutely. It was the best thing that worked out for him. But I'm sure had Galen told him the fine print that they're going to roll out new packages, new upgrades, and this kind of stuff, I think he might have changed his mind, in my opinion. Scotty Lee, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I love that they point out reality so boldly. Exactly. It really, especially people who love each other, whether you're a man or a man, a woman or a man and a woman, doesn't matter. Love is love. And anybody can relate to two people in love trying to have a baby, hopes and dreams that they have for themselves and for their partner and their family. And then a horrible medical emergency kills that dream and that family. What are you going to do? Are you going to grieve, or are you going to pay to get out of it, or to pay to have it back? And then, of course, it's just too good to be true. Yeah, absolutely. It was extremely bold. And I love how they just focused on that. There could have been other things that they focused on in the episodes, just to add fluff, but they didn't. They just focused on that and how annoying it was for Amanda to have those adverts and how it impacted their life all the way from just Mike doing the stupid internet shit and all that stuff. Blaze says the ending had me bawling. I know. What do you think, Blaze? Do you think that Mike ended his future, or do you think he was trying to get ready to dig to get rid of poor Amanda? Blaze said, I felt bad for the husband when that picture was posted up on the bulletin board and his work. Like, bro, I knew who put that up. Yeah. I mean, and I'm surprised he took off his mask too when he knew his coworker was watching it. I don't understand. I mean, maybe it's just so vast there that he didn't think that his coworker would ever stumble upon his algorithm or something. I have no idea, but I'm not going to lie. It does seem insane that he wouldn't think that people, once he took off the mask, wouldn't recognize him. That would not happen to him. So yeah, I felt very bad for him too, but what did he expect when he took the mask off? And like I said, he was paid $500 to take off his mask, which there were boundaries that Mike had for himself. And he quickly crossed those in order to financially support Rivermind to keep his wife alive. Yeah, it's, it was so insane. White Bear Productions, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. White Bear says it's like a human walking streaming service. Yeah, except not streaming anything good, just streaming crap. White Bear also says basically that streaming platform Kick, but worse. Dummies. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know what that was coming from. Blaze says, OMG, White Bear, that would be so creepy in real life. Yeah, absolutely. Blaze feels right. I felt this episode. Absolutely. White Bear also says Amanda deteriorating could be an allegory of cancer. Yes, because I thought that's what they never said it was a tumor, but they never said it wasn't cancer. But they just said that they couldn't remove whatever it is from her brain. So that's why I was like, okay, maybe it was cancer. Maybe it wasn't a tumor. But I definitely see that it was absolutely an allegory because it really was. She went from looking just regular, normal, beautiful, young woman to this I don't want to say looking like an 80-year-old meth head, but it was like getting there. Scotty Lee says, "Hey, Mary, pull out a tooth." Just playing. I know, right? But I'm glad you don't do these things for us. Yeah, no, I don't. I definitely have boundaries. I cannot be bought, and neither can like my principles or morals. Scotty says, "You could do your own random ads in your streams like Black." I did think about that because I'm going to do an episode 1 review and post it this week because I've actually have some time. It's nice. The realtor is coming tomorrow afternoon. I'm so excited because then that will be over. I cleaned out the garage today with my husband. Well, he did most of the work. I'm not going to lie. He did most of the work, but we did a lot of heavy lifting together. We cleaned out the garage. It looks so nice now. I love it. And so I'll just be excited to go back to not having to do that stuff right now and being able to focus on my channel, which actually, it should be up to, I'm going to hopefully post it tonight, but my Myrtle Snow podcast is coming out tomorrow morning, but I should have it posted up tonight for my channel members and patrons who pay for that stuff early. This one took a long time, I have to say, so I apologize. There was so much I wanted to include in here, so I'm just going to split it into 2 and do the other one on Friday. So, okay. I know I did think about doing that, Scotty Lee, for this live stream, but I think I'm going to do it for my episode review. Just all of a sudden, talk, hey, Mary, pull a tooth. I pulled out Mary, pull out a tooth. Do you have dental sensitivity? Try Sensodyne now in new flavors. So, yeah, I was thinking maybe I could absolutely do that and just start confusing you guys. So maybe I'll actually do that in the video. Blaze says, "What are your top 5 episodes, Mary and chat?" Okay, Hated in the Nation. I loved that one. Hang on, let me actually. Oh, there's my Netflix right there. Let me go back real fast and let me just. There we go. I just want to see the episodes real fast. And I also made a mistake too. I didn't realize there was actually 7 episodes of Black Mirror season 7. I saw the USS McAllister intro Infinity for episode 7, and I was like, oh, okay, well, it just reverted back to like season 5 or something like that. I didn't realize it was a continuation. So there is an episode that I haven't watched yet, and I'm really excited because I'm going to wait to watch it until we get there. Maybe we can watch it together on Discord or something like that. Okay, so I have to say, Hated in the Nation is absolutely one of my favorites. Let's see. No, the national anthem is not one of my favorites. I think White Christmas too. That's the one where the 2 men are in an outpost in the frozen wilderness and the guy is getting his person to confess. Love that one. I think that had John Hamm in it maybe. Also, now I know Nosedive was a favorite. It's still one of mine too, but I really loved like Playtest. Hated in the Nation, 100%, number 1. And Playtest is the one where the guy, the American traveler, went to go sign up for a test to be a test player on a new gaming system. That one was very good. Rachel, Jack, and Ashley too was okay. I loved the fact that they put Miley in the season. But for me, I really loved Crocodile, and that was where Mia is killed the guy to keep her secret about the fact that they hit somebody when they were younger, and he wants to confess, and she's like, "No, I have a life now." And he's like, "Well, I'm sorry about your life, but I have to make this right." And she kills him, and the insurance investigator for something that happens like down in the street has to talk to her, and Oh yeah, I really, 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 really like that one. There's also Black Museum. That was the one with the criminal artifacts and the where you get a lot of the like backstories and stuff like that of the items that are in there. That was a really good one. Jonah's Lock Henry was really good too. I loved Lock Henry and Demon 79. Demon 79 was when this woman had to murder 3 people in order to stop the world from ending or something like that. And Loch Henry is the documentary people who went to a Scottish town looking for the person who killed this guy's dad. And it was really good. So so I have to say those, I don't know if I have a top 5. I know those weren't top 5. Those were a lot more, but those are my favorites. I absolutely like those. White Bear says it takes a Spotify phrase. Do you want to break from the ads to, to a heartbreaking level? Oh my God. Right? Need a break from your adverts? Upgrade now to Rivermind Plus. Blaze says, enjoy your next 30 minutes of ad-free music. Like, girl, bye. You just killed my vibe. Enjoy your next 30 minutes of ad-free Mary Girl Moody. Scotty Lee says, now I get the title. Black Mirror reflects the true darkness. Exactly. Yes. Blaze speculated that Mike ended his own future. And I don't like to say the regular term. I just like to say either instead of like the S word or the M word, I just like to say ended their own futures or someone ended their future, because I know algorithms, YouTube hates that. So I'm just trying to get into that. Okay. Thank you, Blaze. Cause I thought he did the same, but I wasn't sure. I was like, is he going to like make it easier to get rid of the body, or is he taking care of himself? Like, I just didn't, I guess they left it up for us to speculate, but it would make sense that he did that. So Monster said, oh, Monster, I'm so glad you're back. Thank you. Loved this episode. It was insane. I know. And so relatable. Guys, don't forget, if you are enjoying the stream, please don't forget to thumb it up. If you want to take it another step further and subscribe, please go for it. If not, just come back at another time, take your shoes off and see if you like the channel. Also, if you do want to take it another step further and financially help the channel, you can become a channel member or a Patreon. Links are in the description. You get a lot of rewards, even just for $1. So thank you all, everybody, for your support. A lot of my channel members are in the comments tonight, and you all are incredible. So thank you so much. I would never be this far with this many subscribers and this far in my channel if it wasn't for y'all. So thank you again very much. Monster also says, if Netflix adds ads to their platform, wouldn't that be ironic? I know. See, and that's another thing too that Prime Video will do. I have Amazon Prime, but some of the videos still have ads into them, and it tells me at the bottom all the time, go ad free. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm never going to pay extra to go ad free. I'll take the ads. I don't mind watching a few ads. I'll look at my phone or work on a video while those ads are going on. I don't need to go ad free. I'm fine with that. But that takes it to a whole new level now, right? When you see go ad free, you're thinking, oh God, what if there's one day where I literally need to go ad free? But yes, especially if Netflix added ads to their platform, that would be that would be so ironic. It would be scary. So scary. Blaze says, this episode kind of made me get a vibe of a meaning that money is evil. Absolutely, 100%. And that people do say that money can't buy you happiness and money can't buy you love, but it can. I don't know a lot of unhappy rich people. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I just see Scotty Lee, a super sticker. Thank you so much, Scotty, right down here. Scotty, you are so sweet. Thank you so much for your super sticker. Super stickers also help the channel as well, guys. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Like I said, every single dollar helps to go improve the channel, and my next improvement will be my camera. So, and then if I have a little bit extra, I'm going to do the microphone and then an exterior DVD drive, so where we can actually watch stuff in Discord and all that stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Scotty Lee. I really appreciate your help with the channel. Thank you. And again, guys, you can also support the channel by just giving it a like or a subscribe. I really appreciate everything y'all do. But yes, Blaze, money can sadly buy you happiness and love, because this episode just showed it. It bought him happiness because his wife was alive, and it bought him love because his wife loved him back. But did he really get that? Did he really? No, he was unhappy because he had to work 24/7 in order to pay for the subscription. And his wife still wasn't the same even afterwards. So money, evil, it'll buy you what you want, but it won't give you happiness. So yes. Yes, Blaze, absolutely. A watch along would be so fun, especially since I haven't seen episode 7. I'm really excited. It would be really great to watch that with you guys, because I remember the other USS McAllister, and that was a great episode. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it was a good episode. And to see that they continued with it is fantastic. So Mia Goth needs to be in an episode. I agree. And now that I think about it, I just figured out who Paula is on my AHS mortuary. I remember Paula is the daughter of Maya Bowen, and she's also the one that gets with Frank. She is going to be played by Keke Palmer. I actually casted her and found the right actress that could play Paula, and I decided it's going to be Keke. And then I'm thinking, now I should actually make maybe a character just for Mia Goth, because I agree. She needs to be in Black Mirror. She needs to be in American Horror Story. Absolutely. Monster said their Black Mirror favorites are The Entire History of You. Ooh, let me see that. Okay. Let me see that real quick. Okay, so let me see. Okay. 15 million. Oh, 15 million merits. I know that one off the top of my head. And that's where the merits where you had to have in order to go in front of an audience, and they judged whether you were good or bad. And yeah, be right back. Okay. Yes. White Christmas and Black Museum. Okay. Let me see The Entire History of You. That sounds familiar. I know that's in season 1. The overview is in the near future, people shall never forget a face. Oh, again, as everyone has access to memory implants that records everything they do, see, and hear. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, that was a great one. Wasn't that the one where the girlfriend got pregnant and the guy flipped out and she blocked him, and so he could never see her or the baby ever again? And yes, oh my gosh, yes, that one was so chilling. So chilling. Okay, let me take a look then at the other one, because I want to see that other one that you said, and be right back. That one, oh, it says it was an Emmy winner. An international Emmy winner. And it was written by Charlie Brooker, who actually wrote Common People. That's really cool. Okay. Martha and Ash are a young couple who moved to a remote cottage. The day after the move, Ash is killed, returning the hire van. At the funeral, Martha's friend Sarah tells about the news service people who lets people stay in touch with the deceased. Remember that. I can't. Okay, I don't remember it off of my head, but I remember that. It's a new service that lets people stay in touch with the deceased. Okay, with her lover that dies. Okay. I think I remember that one too. Oh, so great. So great. Blaze says, I need ad-free. My ADHD would go off the rails. I need to be focused. See me, I'm so multi-focused since I have 4 kids and the channel and, my husband and my pup and my kitty cat. And I really do mean my cat. I have an orange cat named Waldo. I'm not trying to be disgusting over here. I have, my attention can go every which way but loose. I wrote my novels while raising my kids and all that stuff. I literally can multitask and multifocus. So I hear you. I used to not be that way. I used to need to just literally focus. And if I'm watching a good movie, I need to be focused. Other than that, I hear you. I hear you. Scotty Lee, I forget it displays. Well, that was an ad then. Slay says, oh my God, Kiki. Yes, Slay. I love her in Scream Queens. I love her in Scream Queens so much. And I loved her too in Nope. She also did a new movie on Netflix too with SZA, and I thought that movie was actually pretty decent. It's almost like a girl version of Friday. So it was really pretty good. So watch that if you guys absolutely have a chance to. Monster says White Christmas. Oh. I see. I must have described one of the wrong ones. White Bear says, White Bear, Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2, Archangel, Demon 79, and Plaything are your favorites. Okay, let's find out about Plaything. Oops. Okay, the synopsis on... Okay. Colin Rittman. Yep. That was the one where the guy tested the game. Oh, yes. We're going to definitely talk about that episode. I guess that was like episode 5 of the new season of Black Mirror. We are going to definitely talk about Plaything. That one, I cried when that friend was killing the little guys in his screen. And then I'm thinking, oh my God, I probably would have been a moron and like affected the world with them. But anyway, I absolutely like that episode too, very much. The Rachel, Jack, and Ashley too. I enjoyed that because it wasn't a typical like Common People or like Demon 79. It wasn't like a horrible one that made you go, oh my God. It didn't make you go, It made you go, what the fuck did I just watch? And is that going to happen to us sooner or later? So absolutely. Rachel, Jack, and Ashley too had stepped out of what they usually do. It was a little bit more sillier, funnier. I know the girl's mother had died, but the whole tone of that was different than a lot of episodes. So yes, 100%. Oh my gosh, yes. So I cannot wait to see the other episodes with you guys. Well, I'm going to wait to watch the USS McAllister. What I think we're going to do is that we are going to watch the first USS McAllister, and then we'll watch the second one right here. That's for episode 7 of season 7. But next week, we're going to talk about Bête Noire. And that is when the synopsis for Black Mirror for Bête Noire is a young woman is unnerved when an old acquaintance joins the company she works at, especially as there's something odd about her that only she can see. And I have to say, this was one of the episodes, Bête Noire, where I was like you, Blaze. I had to be focused because these episodes, you have to catch the little things that they're leaving out for you, little Easter eggs, little things like that for you to catch. And I caught the shirt and the hat and what it originally said. So when it had been changed, I was like, aha. So, being so observant definitely paid off. So Bête Noire was also a very good episode. And I didn't expect the ending. What I was expecting, I'll talk about in that episode, but it wasn't what I got. And I'm glad it surpassed my expectations, but I don't know how I still feel about the episode. I'm definitely going to go back and watch it again because I don't think I like the ending, but I'm going to go back and check it out, get a second opinion, find out how I feel about it now that it's had some time to simmer in. But I had to say, the writer of this episode, Common People, was very good. they wrote this episode and again some of the other really good episodes that you guys love. And so far this season is doing fantastic in my opinion. Again, I don't think there was an episode I didn't like. And let's just very quickly before we end the stream, is there an episode that you guys saw that you didn't like? Okay. For me, that episode was not Hated in the Nation. It was the anthem one. Hold on one second. I'll actually give you the title. The National Anthem. That's right. The National Anthem. Season 1, Episode 1. I didn't think I wanted to watch Black Mirror again after that. But I think what I did is I went backwards and I watched the entire history of you first, 15 Million Merits, and then the National Anthem. So had I watched the National Anthem first, I don't think I would have watched season 1 at all. But the National Anthem is the one that I hate the most. And that's when the Prime Minister, Michael Callow, faces a shocking dilemma when Princess Susanna, a much-loved member of the royal family, is kidnapped. And again, that is like the bestiality that's in there. And I will never rewatch that episode ever again. No, that's the only one that I hate with a passion because it's just the premise of it and how it happened. It just that it was allowed to happen on television for people to see and the people who did watch it and the request in the first place. And oh my God, it's so many levels of insanity that we would have to peel through that I just don't want to. I just don't want to. So, yeah, that's the one that I absolutely hate. So let me know which episode you guys hate so far if you have been able to see some of the episodes. Oh, Monster says that they hate all of season 5. Oh, let's find out about season 5. What's going on? Okay, so we have Striking Vipers. Old college friends Danny and Carl reconnect in the VR version of their favorite video game. Late night sessions yield an unexpected discovery. I agree, it was not a strong episode. Smithereens, a London rideshare driver ignites an international crisis when he kidnaps a worker from a social media company. I agree the same way. It really wasn't very strong. I thought it was an okay episode, but it was not definitely as good as the other ones. And the other episode in episode 5 is Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2. Okay, again, that one was not the best for me. It was okay. I just liked that they had, I'm trying to say Mila Kunis, but I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? But I'm like, can't think of anything else other than Hannah Montana. I'm sorry. Miley, there we go. Miley Cyrus. So that was really one of the only things that was okay about it for me. And the premise and how her, subconscious was kind of in those little robots. But I agree. Season 5 definitely was not as strong and did not elicit very much emotions as other seasons did. White Bear says, Simple Maisie Day. You hated that one? Oh, I do have to say, I kind of liked that one just because it was one of those times, White Bear, where I was highly focused in the episode. And once things started coming out, I was coming into like, she obviously is a murderer. She killed somebody and, she's on drugs and stuff like that because of it. And then when it came up that really was simply the answer, and then we got our answer, it just kind of, I don't know, it wasn't what I expected. And it subverted my expectation. So I guess that one for me was okay. Like I said, it was not as good as the other episodes, but it was definitely one that kept my interest. So I understand that you hate it. If you wouldn't mind letting me know why you hated it in the comments, I'd be grateful. Because for me, like I said, it was an okay episode. I did like the ending. I did like it. I did like all of those reporters trying to find her and taking those pictures of her, and then they got more than they bargained for. And yeah. So yeah. Scotty Lee says, I've only seen one episode so far. Well, no worries, Scotty. We're going to get you seeing more episodes. He says, I like how they brought a connection to the robot bees in the first episode, though. Yeah. Well, that wasn't the first episode. Oh, yeah. It was in the first episode. Sorry. But the robot bees were in like season 3 or something. So I think Hated in the Nation is probably one of my top number one of Black Mirror episodes. I don't know. That one just hit me. It was so smart and just using the artificial bees to murder people. It was just, yeah. I don't know. It just seemed really smart. It's just very dark too. Very dark. Very made Mary very happy. So that is what comes to basically what we're going to talk about today for Black Mirror episode 1. I am going to do official review for you guys. I should have that up this week. If not, I'll have it up next week because I want to make sure that my Myrtle Snow stuff comes up this week too. And again, I will be coming back next week. So on Saturday, what we're either going to do is I'll take a topic from you guys, something if you would like to talk about. And if I don't have anything, what we might talk about is AHS Mortuary. And I got a comment from somebody saying how they would love to read the first episode of AHS Mortuary. So thank you so much, guys. If you are interested, let me know. I will definitely give you the links so you can, because I'll put it in my Google Drive. And if you have the link to it, you can absolutely read it. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate you guys offering that to me. And again, honest opinions only. Don't placate stuff just to think that you're going to make me feel better or to be nice. No, if it sucks, I need to know it sucks. Plain and simple. But yeah, so that was episode 1 of season 7 of Black Mirror titled Common People. Great episode. Really hit me. And in seeing it, I probably would have done the same thing that Mike did. If anything like that had happened to my husband, absolutely, I would have did the free surgery and I would have done the $300 a month subscription service. And I'd be YouTubing my ass off in order to pay for it. But would it be worth it? No, it would just be worth just to let him go and have peace in the next life or wherever we're going, and for me and his kids to heal and move on. So again, just great episode. Really made people think about how far would you go for the person that you loved? How much is their life worth to you? And what would you do for the person you loved? I mean, Mike pulled out his teeth. I think he stuck a mousetrap on his tongue and did other bad stuff. So I cannot. I mean, I love my husband too, but I don't know if I do that. I don't think he'd want me to do that. That's probably the big thing. If Amanda knew what he was doing, she would probably have said, hey, I don't want you to do this. Stop. But he would have probably obviously continued it because they need to pay for the Rivermind. But again, that also brings it back to, yeah, you love somebody, but if you love someone so much, you probably wouldn't want them to do bad things like that to themselves and to their mental health just so they can survive. Again, it's just this episode was absolutely deep, very deep. And it was a great episode. For my rating, usually I give a rating of episodes. I'm going to give this one a strong 9 for how relatable it was, how scary it was, especially with the subscription services and how we all see go ad free at the bottom of our screens normally whenever we're on a subscription service, and how we always have to freaking upgrade. Especially for me right now, I'm getting all the upgrades for my Ring doorbell camera. Right now, I don't have a certain service for it. I'm just doing something basic, but they're like, oh no, you need to upgrade so you can have this. Stop it. Leave me alone. I don't want to upgrade. The only thing I'm going to upgrade is my pizza. That's it. That is it. It's the only thing I want to upgrade is a pizza. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Again, this episode was just so insane. It definitely takes more than an hour long to talk about the craziness of it, the deeper meanings, the hidden Easter eggs, and everything. So I will have a review video up for you guys. And next Sunday, we're going to talk about episode 2. And next Saturday, we're going to talk about AHS Mortuary. I love you guys so much. Thank you all very much for being here. Thank you for the likes, the subscriptions. And if anybody, of course, became channel members, patrons, or anything like that, thank you so much. And of course, as usual, Scotty Lee, thank you so much for your super sticker. Y'all are the best. Thank you incredibly for supporting my channel and for being here tonight. I love you all. I will see you next weekend. Watch out for Myrtle podcast coming this week. And I will see you guys on Saturday. Love you all. Thank you again for being here, and beware of sexy Scathach.